Hey, what's up, good people? I wanted to do a quick video on how I got to where I'm at right now with my beliefs as far as the Bible is concerned. I just sat down this morning, man, and I've been going over all the verses in the chapters, man. You won't even believe how many verses that are the exact same. I mean, like word for word, punctuation for punctuation, everything just that way in the Bible, man. And I'm like, it's crazy. And I'm not even talking about just verses. I'm talking about chapters. That's what I'm gonna give you today. I mean, like full chapters that are the exact same, pretty much word for word. And we know in school what that's called. It's called plagiarism. And I only did the what I found from the Old Testament, but I got stuff from the New Testament too. But without an old, you wouldn't have a new. And if you can disprove the before, or the beginning, then we already know that the end is screwed up as well. I mean, if the beginning is screwed up, the end is screwed up. That's just how it goes. And so I'm, I have some stuff written down over here. That's what I'm gonna be looking at. But like, which I just want people to realize that like this all this stuff is crazy, man, and it's just we should have some kind of morals or something like that set for ourselves. I understand that the Bible has morals in it. Like I tell anybody, don't drink and drive could have been part of the Bible, but back then they didn't have cars, so you can't really put don't drink and drive in there. I'd have said don't horse and drink or something like that. But oh well, and I mean, we get a lot of most of our morals from what we believe in coming up through our families and stuff like that. And most of our families was in the church, and so therefore we followed behind them with everything. And so that's where most of our beliefs lie. Our beliefs lie within our family values that was handed down from generation to generation. But I had started when I started reading. I mean, I'll be one in my family that changed the generational hand-me-down thing because I just can't believe in this stuff anymore, man. And then too, it goes back to what's going on in the world, man. All of this stuff is divisive and part of division through religion and stuff like that. Even with your president, what they say, the highest white population that voted for him are Christians. And then, I mean, how can we share these same religions, but we don't share the same views up under that religion, which is crazy. I mean, being that we supposed to be all living for this or for that, but then too, yeah, it benefits certain people. It don't benefit us all. Because it's crazy that like a statement that was made, we building up a white man's world, and I'm by far not racist, but I do believe the Bible was given to us based on us building up this world and giving them heaven on earth, and we have to wait till we die to go to heaven. Stupid as shit. But if you really look at it, that's just the way it's going or whatever. The white people, most of them, a lot of them are happy with the way the world is and everything like that. They ain't worried about no Jesus and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like it's a whole different type of Christianity for them. I mean, it I mean, when you're looking at it in the light, or really, when you look at black people, you look at white people, man, Christianity, they beliefs, different, but the same, coming from the same book, which is stupid too. So, I mean, so let me just get into this, man. Y'all can, first of all, it's 150 Psalms, man. But if you go to Psalms 14 and Psalms 53, pretty much the exact same, word for word. Now, changing up a word here or there don't change the fact that it's saying the exact same thing, which again, I say is plagiarism. Plagiarism. Once again, that's Psalms 14 and Psalms 53. Check them out. Then You can go to 2 Kings 18 and 30, start at 2 Kings 18 and 13, and all the way through 20. And then go over to Isaiah 36, all the way through Isaiah 38 or 39. Those are pretty much verbatim, word for word. I mean, now, like I said, these ain't just verses. These whole chapters in these books that are pretty much word for word. Then you have 1 Chronicles 16, starting at 8 to 22, and Psalms 105 1 through 15, exact same. And then you got Ezra 2 and 53 through 70, and Nehemiah 7 and 55 through 73. You have 2 Samuel 22 and Psalms 18, exact same thing. Then you have Jeremiah 10, 12 through 16, and Jeremiah 51, 15 through 18. Got 1 Kings 12, 1 through 24, and 2 Chronicles 10, all the way through 10, and chapter 11 up to verse 4. Those are the same thing. And then over in 1 Kings, it'll tell you that he went and built Shechem and Penuel. But when you get over into Second Chronicles 11 and 4, when it started telling you what he built, he didn't build. It don't say anything about Shechem or Penuel. But it's talking about the exact same story, but it say he built other stuff, but it leave those two things out. So I was looking into that, and then you have 1 Kings 8 and 12 through 50, and 2 Chronicles 6 and 1 through 40, exact same thing. Pretty much verbatim, word for word, all the way down, talking about the exact same thing. Then you have Psalms 60 and 5 through 12, and Psalms 108, 6 through 13, pretty much saying the same thing, verbatim again, word for word. And then you have Jeremiah 52, entire 52, and then you can start over at 2 Kings 24 and 19 through 2 Kings 25 and 30. They are pretty much the same, word for word, going all the way through. Now, I know a lot of people just read the Bible. They don't know that the reason why I say there was no future prophecies is because everybody in the Bible is dead. And then when you go into the prophets, it's telling you that this happened when so and so was king, this person was king, that person was king, and those was the visions that came to them. So how could those be future prophecies when it's telling you the time frame that it happened? But because, like they say, nothing is new under the sun. The world, I mean, everything, we repeat patterns. I mean, if you look at it, back when we was younger, or when our parents was younger, they were wearing afros and stuff. Once we grew up, we was wearing afros. Our kids now wearing afros. People getting their hair braided. I mean, all of those things. The hot top fade came back. All the trends just continue to repeat themselves, just like black folks in slavery. It was just a trend that continued to repeat itself. And as I read the Old Testament, man, I was looking at how many times that they went into Egypt, and every time they came into Egypt and went out, they went out with all of these people, precious things, their gold, certain things, they cattle and stuff like that, man. I mean, that sound like infiltration to me. That don't sound nothing like, you know, them going there because of famine and stuff like that. Maybe they could have went there for a famine, and because they knew that those people had resources, so they went there straight jacking and took everything. And so the more and more I read, it started sounding like a history of a people that was being robbed and these things, and them being taken into slavery. And no sooner than I was thinking that, man, I caught up with a video by the real Merkaba. I watch a lot of his videos, so if y'all want to check him out, I like that he pretty much goes and find history. I mean, real proven history or things that we don't know about that you can just go back and look up. Wikipedia have all this stuff, man. But I mean, Wikipedia is suspect. I heard like if you create a wiki page, you can go in and update it and change things like that that you see fit. I mean, it's like I mean, you can say what the hell you want to say, and people go through, read it, and believe it. But I mean, like all throughout all these wars and different things that happened during those times back then, man. That the more I read the Bible, the more I start seeing that stuff in the Bible. It's like they telling you exactly what they did, and it's no future prophecy. Being that by the time the Bible was written, all that stuff had already happened. Everything had already happened, so it's just somebody telling a history or something, and then for it to be the so-called word of God and stuff like that, man. And it's real dumb for people who believe, for the simple fact that if you really read the Bible, it's only a certain people who's supposed to be God's people. Even if you believe in the whole New Testament of everybody coming up under that same umbrella, it still tell you he gonna go back and get his people first. But then too, if you're a Hebrew Israelite type person and you believe that, then you are saying you're okay because it tells you that one of the tribes gonna mess up again and you're gonna go right back into slavery. So you okay with that shit? And I mean, that's just like something you believe. That's just like, I mean, so, with the way the world going right now, if we go back into slavery, and I mean, this time as a whole, I mean, what you gonna call it a future prophecy? Or, I mean, you gonna be okay with that? I think, the rebellion is gonna be much bigger this time than it has ever been, if that ever happened. But I just don't see it happening that way. And I just definitely don't see the world coming to an end and the sky opening and shit like that. That shit is dumb as fuck. I mean, shit, 2050 years since Jesus died, and we ain't shit happened spectacular like that, or anything that we've ever read in the Bible has happened. I mean, now the people who went through slavery, back when they did, maybe they were more susceptible or acceptable to it for the simple fact that it was happening to them, but it's not happening to us and stuff like that. And therefore, again, that's where you have that people already been in slavery, or slavery had been existing, man. So everything that you read in the Bible, to me, is just somebody telling the history of what they did to another people. And then, I mean, just plain and simple, you can accept it, and then for you to think that God gonna come and do them people wrong and stuff like that. If that was the case, man, I'm like, ain't no God, sat around and watched that many people suffer, man. And to me, it no longer just applies to black people, man. I'm gonna take you to the War of 1776. If Britain and all of those people were already over here, right? They was pretty much given the 13 colonies and stuff like that. And then when they came to war, who was really fighting who? I mean, that's the only war that's ever really been fought over here besides the Civil War, which is again the people fighting the people. But those people that came over here to fight in the War of 1776, most of them stayed, and it was pretty much just for the expansion of the United States. And now, if y'all can't look at that and see, then I mean, who was they fighting, and how were they fighting? I mean, what they was fighting on the water or something? I mean, because I really don't get the War of 1776. Once again, I just think it was for the expansion of from the 13 colonies to the rest of the United States. And then here you come with the Constitution, which means the United States or the 13 colonies did not win that goddamn war. They agreed to go up under Britain, Roman, Greco, whatever rule. They agreed to that shit, and we became part of them or whatever with the Constitution. But in the Constitution, it tell you that everybody over here, including white people, are indentured servants. That's why we pay taxes to them. I mean, shit, the taxes that we paying ain't doing nothing for us. And you can say for the roads and all that kind of bullshit, but I mean, like, come on, how much does it really cost compared to what we paying out as citizens, man? I mean, it. It don't even amount up, man. It don't even amount up, and it like white people think, land of the free, home of the brave. No, we are the home of the slaves, man. That's why we paying the taxes the way we do, and they don't really benefit us. But the other countries that's paying taxes and shit like that is benefiting the shit out of them. I was in the military. I did 3 years in Germany, and I mean, that welfare system is set up extremely nice, medical system and stuff too. But that's what I mean. When you look at it, I was talking to a chick over there, and she put it into perspective for me. It's a lot of war babies over there, meaning our veterans went over there, fucking them women, get them pregnant, and leave, come back home, and leave them, on their own. So I mean, if you want to talk about how stuff is, I mean, we done went to every country for their resources and to take advantage of whatever we could. Other than that, there's no war that's been fought here on this land. So when y'all want to cry about the goddamn flag, let's go into that. When you crying about the flag, tell me what war has been fought over here. Tell me when the military has defended your freedom. The only people jeopardizing our freedom is our government. They're the only people who are jeopardizing our freedom. And proof right now, Trump, look at him. He's jeopardizing everything. He's pretty much wanting slavery to happen all over again, man. I lie not, man. I see how white people, the ones who mess with black people, they understand that everything you see on television is not true. And for the ones who live their life based on the news and the television, you need to get your ass out and go interact with people, man. I understand that the way of a few give people the mindset to all, but like that's not true at all, man. I mean, like some of us avoid us because of that as well. It ain't just y'all. It's us as well that we are cautious because we want to have we too want to have things. Shit, we just want the goddamn opportunity just as well, man. It's just like, don't shit on us, man. Give us the same opportunity you feel like you supposed to have. This shit ain't just about you. Shit, we've been living here. I mean, truthfully honest, I believe that slavery didn't happen the way they said. I believe that we were already here, and the people that they say they didn't kill, the mass murder was of the black people. It wasn't no Indians. I'm sorry, but when you go back to these wars, you could show drawn pictures and painted pictures, and taking pictures of black folks in the war. Show me some Native Americans or some Indians that was in the war, and we know Columbus thought he had landed in India, and so therefore that's how the people got those names. But in his letters, he said they look like Africans. Come on, so but I mean, people want to totally deny shit like that, man. I mean, but these people, I mean, like, this is stuff that you can actually go and research, and I mean, I'm like, man, just to feel entitled over somebody else is stupid too, man. I mean, like, shit, we are all, like they want to say, we are all human beings. I mean, and I'll go back to saying, if you believe that black folk came from monkeys, man, and white folk were here first, then y'all had to be fucking the monkeys in order to create us. Just plain and simple how I see it. But man, let me get back to like just go back, look at some of those Bible verses and stuff like that. But wait, let me go back to what I was saying about this flag. Tell me when the war came to us. We take the war to everybody else and we always come out with something. We never go to war and come out with nothing. We always come out with something. Always from these other countries. And so therefore, I mean, like our freedoms are not in jeopardy of anything, but the media feed us this bullshit that this and that. It keep us separated because you got certain people who feel entitled and certain people shouldn't have that. We can all have it, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe like I'm sorry, I don't believe that minimum wage should be raised up to no goddamn $15. I mean, most people went to school, graduated, don't even make $15. So why the fuck should somebody who never went to school and all that kind of shit make $15 an hour? Nah, I'm sorry. I just don't believe it because all you're gonna do is make it harder for people who already have a job, paying a nice job, paying $15 to $20 an hour or whatever. And shit, what we supposed to do? Ask for a fucking raise too? I mean, nah, I'm sorry. I can't believe in that. I can't just say it's okay for people who decided they wanted to drop out of school, fuck over themselves, or not try to make more money than people who actually went to school, people with college degrees and stuff like that who continue to try and strive for themselves. Man, it's like hey, create some kind of opportunity for yourself. But then too, I do see. I mean, don't get me wrong. I see the wrongs that go on in this world, man. I just try and stay away from them, man. Hoping that people can just say, okay, man, we need to come together in some kind of way, especially black people, man. We need to start policing ourselves before we can ask for other people to help police other things that's going wrong. I mean, yeah, police violence and all that shit is crazy or whatever, man. But within our own communities, man, within our own families to start, we need to start policing ourselves and making shit right within our homes and then within our communities and things like that, man. And I'm not saying this to get no white people no up on us or whatever, because y'all can do the same fucking thing. Stop teaching your kids to be racist. And matter of fact, y'all can see that like y'all are somewhat of the bigger problem than anything, man. Shit, we might kill each other. Y'all do the same thing, but then y'all go out and try to kill every motherfucking body. So I mean, come on, man. We all got it fucked up in our races in some kind of way, man. In our families, different things like that. We all exist the same kind of goddamn way. Ain't no different from what you doing to what I'm doing to when it comes to the races. We all doing the same thing to each other, man. Y'all just trying to make it a percentage thing. Y'all this much of the population. Well, y'all that much of the population. If y'all killing each other at an 80-something percent and we killing each other at a 90-something percent, that mean 12% and 12%, however much we are of the population and killing at a 92% is still less than y'all being 40-something percent of the population and killing at an 86%. Do some goddamn math now. And then it's the same thing with police violence, man. I understand everybody, black, white, and whoever, getting killed by the police. That's why I ain't big on this protest and stuff. But I just say, everybody just put your thinking cap on, man. And then another thing, that's why I did this about this damn Bible, man. Get away from religion, because it's the biggest separation of all. Religion is fucking terrible, man. Just get some morals about yourself, man. We all know wrong from right. Check out them goddamn verses that I read off, and you'll see that this book is full of plagiarism. And all these verses, I know some of them fit within each other, but like I can't tell you, like not one of y'all can write on anything, a subject the same as me, and we get the same goddamn thing word for word on our papers. It'll never happen in life. I mean, we might be saying some of the same things if we on the same topic, but it'll never be word for word how this stuff is. You know, these things are in the Bible, man. So check that out. And man, for all of those that watch, I mean, I appreciate it. My YouTube channel ain't really about shit. I post every now and again. Um, and don't the little hole over here in my shirt. Shit, I'm around the house lounging. I'm off from work today, and man, much love to everybody, man. You know, if y'all got some insight, I put it to you like this, man. If you really believe in religion, and I tell anybody this, if you can explain Isaiah 8:3 to me from Isaiah 7:14 and make that be your Jesus or whatever, then I can get down with you. Other than that, hell nah, this shit is fake. The Jesus is not real. But y'all have a good one. And again, much love to everybody.